What is up, people? Archangel here, bring you clowns in the video. This time around, just showing some gameplay from the two new free games for Xbox One and some Titanfall a little bit. Why? Because I want to talk about these games, not a lot, just briefly, and because, as always, I got a bone to pick with some gamers. So starting things off, I want to quickly go over both these games. Crimson Dragon, which you're looking at right now, is a very mediocre game. It has moments where it's fun, but there's more moments where you're pretty bored and you're just trying to figure out why this game exists, because it's kind of bad when it's boring. The game is mostly on rails, which is a big gaming sin. Never have games on rails, especially when you have something that's like dragons. When everyone plays a dragon game, they want to be able to fly the dragon or do something that's very fun with the dragon, not be on rails with a dragon. So what does that mean? It means you don't actually fly the dragon. You move left or right, and mostly for dodging and collecting beacons. That's pretty much it with the dragon. Besides that, is you're shooting enemies with like, it's like a shooter, but your weapon is a dragon. That's pretty much it. The story's uninteresting. You'll skip through most of the dialogue, but it's free, so you know, no real complaints. Now, Strike Suit Zero, which you'll see later in the video, is a bit unexpected. By that I mean I didn't expect to enjoy it. Much like other arcade games, the story isn't much to talk about. The gameplay sells, well, it's free, but the gameplay is pretty decent. It is one of those games that try adding bullshit to make something difficult instead of actually making the same thing difficult. By that I mean upping up the difficulty of killing the enemy or destroying something and you taking more damage. That's how you make a game difficult. What this game does and what other games do is they add bullshit to sub in, but have to do actual work and, you know, making other things difficult. But anyways, enough about those two. I just want to talk about those briefly, as they're not the biggest topic I want to talk about in this video. So as you all know, I keep my eyes and ears open to what's being said in the community. This time around, the thing that people are talking about and complaining about is what games are being given by Xbox and PlayStation as part of their free games programs on the Xbox One and PS4. So some PS4 gamers are complaining about mostly getting nothing but indie games and lack of AAA titles. PC gamers and Xbox fanboys have coined the term Indie Station 4, air quotes, because of all the indie titles that's being released and given away for free. Then on the Xbox One, Xbox gamers are complaining about getting nothing but arcade titles and indie games. PC gamers and PS4 fanboys insult what those games are. Now, I'll talk about the difference between the PS4, Xbox One gamers, and the difference between the PS4 and Xbox One fanboy. There is a difference between a fanboy and a gamer. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a different video, confused as to why I named both and didn't consider them as the same thing. Some of you are smart enough to know the difference. So Xbox One gamers and PS4 gamers who are complaining, you have to understand that there isn't a lot of AAA titles on the new systems. You know, we have these systems, but there's not a lot of games on them, especially AAA titles. And the ones that are still selling in stores at high prices. By that I don't mean expensive, I mean it being sold for more than $25. And the process of making a game free for these programs is complicated. This is not just, hey, this game's free. No, there's a long process that goes into making games free. Part of it is how well the game is selling. Does the publisher of that game mind if that game is free? Does Sony and Microsoft have to pay said publishers to make that game free? Again, it's a long process and it's complicated. So be patient with these new systems when it comes to these free games. Just be happy that you're getting free games, because let's be real, neither of them have to give us any free shit, period. You know, we should just be happy we're getting free shit. You know, like, I don't know why people complain about having something free. It's there, it's yours, it's free. Like me paying Titanfall. I got it for free, so I'm going to play it. Yeah, there's not much else to it. It's free. Play it. And here's the next thing about that. You don't have to. You know, you don't have to play these games. No one's forced you at gunpoint to play these games. They're free. And it's not like these indie games or arcade games aren't good, because the ones I've played on Xbox One, besides Guacamelee, which is completely terrible, have been fun. And based on the PS4 live streams I've watched, and hearing feedback from the streamer in the chat rooms, the PS4 free games have been good too. So what's the complaints about? Why are we complaining? Why is it that people just want to like. Let's first go back and just say that people like to complain, and that's just human nature. We like to complain, all of us, not just me, not just you watching the video. Everyone on this planet likes to complain. We aren't happy unless we complain about something, because it gives something to talk about. So I can't really say that why do we complain, because it's human nature. But it's dumb to complain about something like this. And we're complaining about something that's free, and that's just dumb. Now, we all want AAA titles. I'm not saying that I don't want AAA titles. I'm not saying that other people don't want AAA titles. We all want AAA titles free. We will get them at some point when the AAA library grows on PS4 and Xbox One. Until then, enjoy what's being given. They are free. You understand that? Free. You aren't forced to play them. You can delete them without feeling like you wasted some money. They're free. You know, look at the previous generation. Look at those AAA titles. It's not like Sony and Microsoft don't want to give us AAA titles on Xbox One and PS4. It's just going to take some time. And when they do give out these free titles, it won't be amazing games like Last of Us or Forza 5. At least not right off the gate. Those games and games like them might become free later down the road. Consider what I said before about the sales of those games and how they're doing. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Don't want to drag this video on longer than it needs to be. But as always, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hit the like button. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Also, follow me on Twitch. I do live stream. Link in the description for that. Again, thanks for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on this subject. I mostly want to hear from PS4 and Xbox One gamers. Since this is about those two platforms, if you don't own either system, your opinion is pretty invalid and rings hollow. Because, you know, you don't have those systems, you don't play those systems, you don't really have experience with them, and you can't really give out a logical and a good opinion on the things going on with those two systems. So, with all that said, hope you all have a good day. Archangel out.